Question number 15 of the IT password exam from PhilNITS. In this question, we are being asked something about the processing speed, and also if the processing, processing speed of the system overall is constrained due to slowness in one of the components. Which of the following is a term for the component that is causing the problem? The way to answer this is to quickly look at the choices, of course. And I think this isn't supposed to be too difficult, because if you've ever encountered any of the traffic that we can see outside where a lot of the vehicles pass, and you know that the thing that is causing the huge buildup in the traffic is because of this area here where a lot of the people seem to be not obeying the signals, the pedestrian signals, such that the vehicles have to stop and let the pedestrian pass. But because of that, there is this buildup in traffic, such that the way to solve it is to notify the pedestrians walking that they gotta stop and wait for the vehicles to finish. And when they see that the pedestrian signal is telling them that they can already move and pass, then that's when they do it, right? That's why when I was looking at the choices a while ago, I quickly chose the bottleneck, the letter D, as the answer. And lo and behold, that is indeed the correct answer. But of course, we need to understand what are the other choices. So if we go through each of the other choices, for example, letter A, it's saying something about throughput. And when we talk about throughput, one thing that we can think about is a network system where you got a set of data passing from point A to point B, and we want to know in a given time the amount of data, the volume of data that can pass from point A to point B. Now, if we need to know the delay for this data, set of data, to arrive at the destination, then we are talking about another terminology, another term, which is latency. And later on, I'll show you the reference that I use to at least help us understand the meaning of these words. If we move on to the next choice, letter B, we have defragmentation. And this is something related to storage. If you've ever encountered a problem with your storage saying that you need to defrag your storage, because whenever we take out files, whenever take out folders to view files, eventually the storage will be fragmented, because it's like you have a set of books and you just pick up whichever book you need, but you don't put them all the time in the correct original position, original place. So you just take them out, and it's really quick. Just take them up, take them the books up, and once you're done, you put it in any which way you want. But because of that, we encounter the problem of fragmentation, and the way to solve that is to defrag the storage. And in that way, it would be much faster to get the books again, because maybe for the computer, it also uses a system of identifying which one is supposed to be which based on the position, right? Of course, when the computer does things, it might not be exactly how we would do it too, right? Although it might be similar logically, this is how we do it, but it would likely be using numbers instead of, in our case, like letters to identify the titles of the book. It could use some sort of numbering system. Okay, so that's something that we can think about when we say and use the word defragmentation. So this one is incorrect, just like with throughput, because we need to know the constraint, the slow processing speed that is causing the problem, right? This one is more of like the throughput. Throughput is more of like how much information, how much data can pass through this point to this point. It's related to what we need to do, but it's not exactly the answer that we would think up immediately. Okay, and then finally for letter C, we have flowchart. Flowchart is a way to identify the sequence of tasks that we can do. For example, first we do this, second we do this, but we have a way to sort of make it branch out. If the child is having problems with coughing, then we go to this set of questions next. And I remember doing the flowcharts for um, infants, because we had a flowchart that nurses used, the IMCI, the Integrated Management for Childhood Illnesses, and it uses flowcharts too. That's why we would know based on the answers where we need to go. And later on, my team and I developed an application that right now we would also classify to be related to AI, artificial intelligence. Although in this case, we already had the rules. We already had the steps that the computer would need to follow, so that it would know which question to ask, and in that way assist the nurse or whoever is there. But we know that right now AI is going towards the direction of um, what if you don't have the set of rules beforehand, and you want it to learn the rules, want it to maybe create the rules itself, then I think that's another set of tasks that we need to work on. But definitely understanding this idea about flowcharts is a step forward in that direction. Okay, so again, the correct answer for this number is letter D. And just like what I was saying a while ago, if we look at my notes, we have keywords like constrained, slow processing speed, and also the, the part here about throughput and the data passing through point A to point B, for example. And let me just make this zoom out. And also the part about the time, how long will it take to get this set of data from this point to that point. We also of course want to know about that, and so a period of time, in that period of time, what is the volume of data that can pass through. And I put here my references, Sanko. I put here the references in Sanko, in Nihongo, in Japanese language. And that's why we gotta be also aware of what we use to explain things. Definitely, like I got stuff from Google.com, and also this one from Amazon.com, which even until now we still use. Particularly this one about the AWS, Amazon Web Services, to have a way for us to um, create an instance of a computer somewhere in another part of the world or in another location, and from there we are able to put up a service like a web service, like a website or something, where if, for example, our system here locally encountered a problem and we won't be able to access it, then we can still go and check up the one online for anything that we would need. Okay. All right. So I think that's that.